Sometimes we don't get the answer that we're looking for because we simply don't ask the right question. There is a skill to asking the right question. Let me help you with that. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and I bring you information that's rich, relatable, and relevant that will help you become the leader others want to follow. Let's jump right in. The bottom line is, if we ask better questions, we'll get the answers that we're looking for. And the first thing that you have to do in order to do this is be clear on the goal that you're trying to achieve. What are you really looking for when you're asking your employee, your boss, the questions that you want them to answer? What are you looking for? When you ask the wrong question, you won't get the right answer. But when you ask the right question and better questions, you'll get the answer that you're looking for. A better question would be an open-ended question as opposed to a yes or no question. When you ask an open-ended question, this will give you time to discuss and dig more into things and lead to other questions once they start answering that question that you just asked. But if you just ask a yes or no question, that's what you're going to get, yes or no. So the second thing is to ask open-ended questions leading to the better questions. One question that you want to shy away from is asking leading questions. What you want to do is ask more neutral questions to get a more accurate answer. When you ask a leading question such as, so you really don't enjoy the work that you're doing? That's a leading question, as opposed to, tell me how you feel about the work that you're currently doing. That would be an open-ended question. It's not a leading question, it's more neutral. They can go one way that yes, they enjoy it, or they can go another way that no, they don't, and give you the reasons why without you leading them down the road that may be the wrong road that you're leading them down. So make sure your questions are neutral questions if you want to get to that answer that you really want. You kind of have to treat this like an interview, which is asking one question at a time and letting them answer. You don't want to overload them with questions, get them confused, and get you confused as to which question are they answering and which question are they not answering. So one question at a time is a simple skill and method of getting to that answer. Now, this next step is based more on you than on the person that you're asking the question to, and that is actively listening. Listen to what they're saying because you want to be clear on it. So for clarification's sakes, you want to listen to what they're saying, as well as they may say something that will lead you to ask an additional question on that so that you can fully understand and explain and they can expound on it. So make sure you're actively listening to that person that's in the room with you that you're having the question and answer session with. So you're probably wondering, how can I get better at asking the better questions? And I would say practice, practice, practice. You can take a set of questions and look at yourself in the mirror and ask them. You could look at yourself so that you can see your facial expressions, as well as listen to yourself so you can see how it's coming across. But practice will help you with asking those right questions. Since you've watched with me this far, stick with me to the end. I have a huge tip on helping you formulate better questions, guaranteed to work. Now, I don't want you to question me when I tell you to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you, and share this one out. There's one thing about people who get those answers that they need to get. First of all, they're not afraid to ask the questions. They will ask the hard questions. They'll ask the questions that they need to ask in order to get that answer. So don't be afraid to ask those questions. If you need an answer, question them. Get the answer that you need. There are a few skills that will play in your favor when asking those questions that will get you the answer that you need. The first one is curiosity. You need to be curious enough about that topic and what you're looking for to pay attention and really dig in and try to find out the bottom line of what you want to know about. If you really want the honest answer, you need to have an open mind. Your person that you're sitting down with may say anything to you, and your facial expression is going to tell them what you really think. So make sure you control that. But be open-minded to new ideas, how they're thinking, not how you're feeling, and just be open-minded because they may tell you anything, and you need to be open-minded so that you can understand and get that honest answer that they're trying to give you. The next is empathy. You want to be able to understand and relate to that person with their perspective. We all come from different backgrounds, but we can relate to each other and try to understand where someone else is coming from. And this is the use of empathy. As leaders, it's to our advantage to always be flexible, remain flexible in any situation, because we don't know what type of day our employees are having. And so we need to remain flexible, and your line of question may need to be tweaked a little, or you may change it up in order to go down the road that you want to take them down and get those answers. So just because you have one thing in mind, if their mood is not so much going with you on that, just change it up. Be flexible to get those answers that you want to really get. And the last skill I will discuss with you is confidence. This is huge. When you walk in the room with confidence to ask those questions that you want answered, the whole room's atmosphere may even shift. So make sure you have the confidence. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Get that answer that you want to get. Walk in the room with confidence and get your answer. Here is the huge tip that I want to give you that you've been waiting for. ChatGPT, which is an AI program, you can go in, it prompts you to ask questions, and the better question you ask, the better answer you'll get. So you can type in one question. If it doesn't get you the right answer, you type in another question, and it trains you to become more specific with the questions that you need to ask. So even though you're thinking that you're just in there trying to get an answer, it's actually training you to ask better questions. Use that, and you can even put those questions in there that you want to ask your employee or your boss, and just get the answer back, and then it will help you train yourself to ask even better questions. Use ChatGPT to help you with those questions.